Knock, knock. Who's there?
Mr. Horace, open the door. We heard you had trouble with the neighbors. I want to come in and help you.
Knock, knock. Who's there?
Get out, get out, get out, get out! Short room, short room! Fire!
There's some cops over there in the corner beating their shields over to your right. Take a look at that. It's kind of got a nice beat, good rhythm, something I could dance to. And here they come. We're going to go ahead and start walking now.
Hey, can any of you guys tell me when you guys went from looking like officer friendly to this circa 1942 Neo-Berlin wear? Anyone? Anyone?
I know I've seen these uniforms somewhere before.
I'm just kidding you, fellas.
You know, a lot of people may think that these changes took place after 9/11, but, you know, in reality, it's been happening over the last 25 years. If anything, our government just accelerated the process after September 11th. The Cato Institute, which, by the way, has no relationship to the Green Hornet, recently released a study called Overkill, the Rise of Paramilitary Police Raids in America. In it, they state that in 1997 alone, the Pentagon handed out 1.2 million pieces of military equipment to local police departments. They were sweet enough to even offer up bayonets to the LAPD. In Jasper, Florida, a city with a population of just under 2,000 people, and hasn't had a murder in 14 years, were given military-grade M16 machine guns. Isn't that awesome? The report goes on to say that in Wisconsin alone during the 1990s, local police departments were given nearly 100,000 pieces of military equipment valued at more than $18 million. Chicago just rolled out this beauty bought with Homeland Security funds. Exactly what do they think is going to happen where they're going to need something like this?
There's also a rotating turret on top of the Bearcat to provide police cover. There are a total of 11 gun ports all around the vehicle.
You'll be seeing these two pretty soon. They're called Active Denial System Weapons, or ADS. And what it is, it's like a microwave beam that shoots at its target and makes their skin feel like it's on fire. So look forward to that. The citizens of New York City were treated to this. This is a long-range acoustic device that they had at the 2004 Republican National Convention in New York City. And these are used for quote-unquote crowd control compliance and to influence behavior. You might have heard the term police state being bantered around quite a bit lately, and that means when a state in which the government exercises rigid and repressive controls over the social, economic, and political life of the population, especially by means of a secret police force which operates above the normal constraints found in a liberal democracy. Well, all I can say is thank God we don't have to worry about secret. You mean we have police that cover their faces and don't wear badges or have name tags that identify themselves in case they do something wrong and need to be held accountable? Some people would even say that they're conditioning all the kids to the police state. You know, think about it. If a generation is brought up with all of this around it, it lends itself to some sort of normalcy. Hey, and what could be more normal than this picture of armed riot police raiding a school in Michigan as part of a drill that none of the students were ever made aware of? Kind of like here in Goose Creek, South Carolina, where students of Stratford High School were raided by police with weapons drawn in a supposed drug raid. Students were cuffed, they had guns pointed at their heads, dogs barking, and guess what? No drugs were ever found. So the city, the police department, and the school district wound up paying like $1.6 million for violating the students' rights. This handsome devil is Paul Craig Roberts. He was the former Assistant Secretary of the Treasury during the Reagan administration. He recently said, "There are now 17,000 local American police forces that are armed with rocket launchers, bazookas, heavy machine guns, all kinds of chemical sprays. In fact, some of them have tanks. You know, local police departments are equipped beyond the standard of an American heavy military." You see, boys and girls, we have this thing called the Posse Comitatus Act, and what that is it prevents the military from acting in any law enforcement capacity on American soil. But you might remember Waco, where the military moved in and they brought in their big tanks, and a lot of Americans were killed down there, including children. Comedian Bill Hicks nailed it on the head when he said, "If the government was so concerned about stopping child abuse, then how come we never see any tanks knocking down the doors of the Catholic Church?" And if you're interested in learning what really happened down in Waco, then go to Google Video or rent this DVD. It's called Waco, The Rules of Engagement. You know, we're told that this is all part of the war on terrorism, but it seems like they're inciting terror more than fighting it. I mean, if we're not the terrorists, then why are we being treated like this? You have to ask yourself, is this the type of country you want your kids to grow up in? I say oligarchy, you say oligarchy. I say dictator, you say dick. Well, it's time to say something. And for the fine men and women of the police forces, you can't say that you're just following orders anymore, because the Nazis tried that, and well, we know what happened to them. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the ones who died, who gave that right to me. Come on, fellas, you know the words. And I'll gladly stand up
next to you and defend her still today, 'cause there ain't no doubt I love.
Let me know if they start running, okay? Because I can't really see a reflection in the camera lens.
Not.
Hey, is this my turn? You want me to sing now? Okay.